Konnichiwa. Today I am recording part 2 of 13 Lesson 13's Grammar and Vocabulary Review video. So let's review this key sentence again. うちから学校までどうやって行きますか? What does どうやって mean? どうやって is how do you? So from home to school, how do you 行きます go? How do you commute basically? So どうやって let's kind of come up with a few other sentences using どうやってこの食べ物はどうやって食べますか? So when you go to Japan, maybe you will see a known food that is very mysterious and you don't know how to eat it. You may have to dip it in the sauce or cut it into certain ways or I don't know. You may encounter something like that. Then this is how you ask. この食べ物はどうやって食べますか? Right? Let's say you learn a new kanji that it's very difficult to write and you would need to learn from your teacher or your classmate or somebody who knows how to write. So how do you say この漢字 this kanji どうやって書きますか? How do you write this kanji? In the same manner, you may see a kanji like this. How do you read, right? So, この漢字はどうやって読みますか? How do you read this kanji? That is more common than どうやって書きますか maybe? Because if you don't know how to read it, you don't know how to ask. Alright, so that is that どうやって Once again, it's a key question word. Don't forget. Let's review some words that related to transportation. 空港 which is airport, 駅 train station. It can be 駅 for 地下鉄 which is subway. So transport 駅 has different types of 駅. Now, バス乗り場. What was バス? That's bus, right? バス乗り場 バス停. I'm going to say it's bus stop. Basically where you catch your bus or you get off where you get off from the bus. タクシー乗り場 it's taxi and there is no taxi stop because you basically raise your arm or hand and go, hey, taxi, and then you stop, catch a cab, right? But there are some places in Japan, or maybe in the United States too, where you can catch the bus. So I would say taxi station or taxi area, catching area. Yeah. So let me just kind of explain that to you. バス停, the difference between バス停, bus stop, and バス乗り場. There is no タクシー停. So I'm just going to add タクシー乗り場 only. So バス停 looks like this. This is like the typical, there is a name of, usually Japan has each bus stop has a kind of a name. So in the bus, when you are riding a bus, you would hear an announcement like next stop is 道園前. It's like right in front of the 道園. I don't know what that is, maybe a park. So yeah, interestingly, bus stop in Japan has a name, like the station's name. And so you would see that, okay? And there's another bus stop, which is more modern looking one. It has a roof and has a nice bench where you can sit down. And this one also has a stop, the bus stop name. So it's easy to refer to with each other, like, hey, which bus stop do you get off in order for you to go to your house? Or, when you're visiting your friend's house, that's easy, right? Now, these are バス停, typical looking バス停. What about the バス乗り場? So this is like a diagram of typical バス乗り場. So here in the background is 駅, train station. So in front of a train station, or maybe even airport, like a big, transportation hub, usually has both バス乗り場 and タクシー乗り場. So maybe these are the bus stop and these are the taxi station. I don't know. Taxi 乗り場 looks like this. So these are tons of taxi and tons of buses going to different places. That is what バス乗り場, taxi タクシー乗り場 look like. Okay, now there's another thing that you really need to know, and we're going to start using this. So let me just explain what ここ、そこ、あそこ means. ここ means here. It's right around in front of you, where you're at. そこ is there. You can point at it, maybe you can touch the area, そこ. あそこ is, you can point at it, but you can hardly touch. You need to either walk a few steps or, walk all the way. Pointing at あそこ is maybe a faraway building. That's how you say over there, あそこ. Let me explain. ここ from here is ここから. And if you want to say until there or that point, そこまで. So to say from here until there, そこまで. Yeah. From here over there, from over there to here, I'm sorry. To add from あそこからここまで. So when you want to explain about certain distance between one point to the other, these are the words that you can start using. ここ、そこ、あそこ. I'm going to say one more, I'm going to explain one more time. ここ、そこ、あそこ, and there's a do. I'll explain that to you later. So ここ is, this is you. You are here, ここ. And you usually, when you're trying to say ここ, you have a conversation partner probably right next to you, or you're on the phone with that person B. And for person A, ここ means right here. For そこ is you are still person A. And you're talking about where person B is, even if this person is on the phone. So, そこは blah, blah, blah. So he may not be right next to you, but your partner is where そこ is indicated. Now, between both A and B, you and your partner, you're not close enough. From both point of view, あそこ is far away. So you would say あそこ. Okay, so why do we say こそど? Because this is a question word. どこですか? ここです. どこですか? そこです. どこですか? そこです. So remember as こそど? Because こ is the closest. So next closest. Is a farthest. All right. Pause the video and write it down. こそはど? Let's do some sentences. ここから空港まで. So from here to the airport. どうやって来ますか? From here to the airport. How do I go? Yeah. バスで行きます. It's good to go by the means of bus. So takes the bus, basically. Or 歩いて行きます. This is a new expression. 歩きます is to walk, right? By walking, just kind of memorize it at this point. By walking, I go. 歩いて行きます. Maybe うちから学校までどうやって行きますか? From home to school, how do you go? Oh, I walk. That's when you say 歩いて行きます. This is another key phrase. Write it down. Now, let's separate the next one. This is another grammar sentence pattern. So location で certain location, transportation, certain transportation you take. You would say this. Like 空港で飛行機に乗ります。Right? At the airport, I get in the airplane. 駅で train station. At a train station, I get on the train. Okay, so the circle is a little off. There is a location of action. What's your action in this sentence? You are getting in the certain transportation. If you're getting off certain transportation, you can actually also use the same pattern. ロケーションで transportation を降ります。Do you remember that particle? を降ります。So, how do you go from home to school? What goes into these parentheses, blanks? 家から学校までどうやって行きますか？ So, to answer that, 学校までバスで行きます。This is a by the means of the bus. How do you get to Waikiki? Waikiki まで. So you really don't need to use からまで in combination. You can just use one of them. So to get to Waikiki, how do you go? And to answer, oh, I go by taxi. And this one is the location of action of getting in the taxi. ホテルで. At a hotel, I catch a cab. These are all good sentence patterns. Now, I'm adding two particles. I'm going to just kind of show you back to back, and I'm going to go back. So, something ね, そうですね is a lot of times you let me see. Or そうですね ne is asking for an agreement. So, but in this case, I want you to write down the そうですね. You're wondering, you're thinking. Next, your is your telling your own opinion. 早いですよ. 早いですよ is it's fast. I'm telling you it's fast. Okay, so I often read books at home. This was in the test. うち is your location where you read the book. So, うちでよく本を読みます。I go by walking. いや、学校まで歩いて行きます is what you say by walking. アラモアナセンターまでどうやって行きますか？車で行きます。by car, I go. Okay, similar sentence, we already looked at it. At the airport, I catch a cab. Okay, so these are really good stuff for you to prepare for the test. So please, please, please review the sentence and get ready for the quiz. Once again, please make sure you know at a certain location like 駅で、空港で、バス停で、タクシー乗り場で、電車に乗ります。地下鉄に乗ります。or 電車を降ります。地下鉄を降ります。It's really just where you do these two action and remember the に and お for 乗ります is に 降ります is お specific particle for specific transportation related verb. That's it for today.